everybody! Today is another wine o'clock, and today we are going to be talking about Vinho Verde. I have got right here a Muros Antigos ALVARINHO Vinho Verde. But for those of you who are watching and are new to Portuguese wines, you might be wondering what exactly Vinho Verde is. Vinho Verde has increased in its popularity in the United States alongside Portugal's increase in its touristic appeal. But many people in the United States don't know how to say it correctly. The proper pronunciation of this wine is Vinho Verde. It's not vino, it's not vino, it's not anything that has to do with anything in Spanish. It's Portuguese and we say vinho. But you might be asking yourself beyond just that, what exactly Vinho Verde is. And Vinho Verde is a protected regional denomination for wine. What that means is that Vinho Verde can only certifiably be produced from a specific region in the northwest of Portugal. This region is otherwise known as the Minho, named after the river of the same name. So one thing that Vinho Verde is not is a specific type of grape. Vinho Verde encompasses local specialties in wine making and is a region known for its local small producers. Vinho Verde wines are young wines, and in fact that is what Vinho Verde means in Portuguese. These are wines that are not intended to be aged, and they usually have a very light effervescence. They are not technically semi-sparkling wines, but historically would undergo a secondary fermentation process that would leave both sediment and bubbles in the wine. Nowadays, fresh vinhos verdes often have an artificial carbonized bubbly sensation to them. This is added in the later stages of the wine's production. But vinho verde can be any style of wine. There are red vinhos verdes, there are rosé vinhos verdes, and there are, of course, white vinhos verdes. The most common and most popularly appreciated vinhos verdes are the white wines. The region itself has an established set of grape varieties that are acceptable for the production of Vinho Verde, and among them is the Alvarinho grape, such as features in today's wine. Alvarinho is a fairly popular Iberian white wine variety. In its Spanish form, it is one of the most well-known Spanish white wines, known as Alvarinho, which comes from Galicia, which is Portugal's neighbor to the north. Alvarinho white wines are already world-renowned, but Portuguese white wines are still a little bit less well known. The defining characteristic of an Alvarinho wine is its citrusy flavor. Alvarinho whites are the definition of what we would think of when we think of a good white wine to accompany a light meal, maybe some fish or other kinds of seafood. Alvarinho whites are characterized by their pallid yellowish color, and they are known for having a very citrusy kind of a flavor profile. They are dry white wines, which means that they have low residual sugar. They are also less fruit forward in the mouth. So your Alvarinho wine is going to be your ideal summer lunch wine. This one that I have today is a 2016 wine. This being a couple of years old is already at midlife for a Vinho Verde. Like I said, Vinhos Verdes are intended to be drunk fairly young. Now, I mentioned that Vinho Verde is a wine producing region, but that region has its own sub-regions. This one comes from the Monção e Melgaço sub-region. The Muros Antigos brand is from the Anselmo Mendes winemaking company. So let's try it. As is to be expected, this is a fairly dry, not super fruit-forward white wine. Alvarinho is a fairly versatile grape, so the specific flavor profile that you're going to get with your Alvarinho wines will vary. Some of them will have more of a nectarine or peach finish to them, whereas others will have more of a melony or grapefruity kind of a finish to them. This one is more on the peachy side of the flavor spectrum. So now that we've had our taste of wine, let's get into my May update. Today, I wanted to talk about something that is near and dear to both me and my channel, and I'm talking about all of my interactions with you guys in my comment section. Yes, we're going to talk about my comments. Let's have a chat. I super appreciate all of the comments that you guys leave me, and I try my absolute best to reply to everybody who takes the time to leave me a comment. There are some specific circumstances when I'm not going to answer a comment, but by and large, I would say like 98% of the comments on my channel I respond to. So as many of you have noticed, I make videos that are fairly informative and educational in nature. That does not preclude me, however, from making mistakes when I am making a video, and there are a lot lot of reasons for that. Now, I am happy for you guys to notice those mistakes in my videos, whether I have explained something poorly, whether I wrote something egregiously wrong, or what have you. I appreciate all of that, and that is very welcome on my channel, and I encourage you to do it if you see something. However, I have noticed that a lot of people will do this without looking at any of the other comments. So it would be nice if we could collectively agree that we will look at the other comments before commenting the same thing that 6 other people have already mentioned in the comments. I try to respond to every single person within reason. And so if there's already a comment that has a lot of thumbs up that has the same correction as you were thinking, then I highly recommend that you leave a different comment on my video. That works out better for everybody involved because then I can comment directly to you in a more personalized way than just saying, yes, I know I've seen this error before. Sometimes, because I'm not writing a script, my notes will get jumbled up before I actually go to record the video, and I won't notice until I'm either editing or the video's already done. In the case of the video already being done, there's not that much I can do because it's too late for me to go back and fix it or do another take or say something different. It's already edited, it's already off the cutting board, it's going up on the internet, and I'll try to take note of it and put a correction in the description box or in a pinned comment on the video. Now, if you are a regular viewer of my channel, then you're probably not doing this, but something that I've noticed a lot that has been happening as one of my videos has gotten fairly popular is that people will respond to the title of the video. Don't be this person. I try not to have a lot of clickbait in my titles, but I do try to make sure that I'm capturing the topic of what I'm talking about accurately and in a way that is interesting so that you'll click on it. Everybody who is on YouTube does that, and there's not that much else that I have to say about that. Similarly, on the topic of corrections, if you have a correction for something that is written in the subtitles, or if you have a correction for something that I have said from a linguistic perspective, stop and think about whether what you're commenting on has anything to do with the video, or if you're just commenting on something as though you were proofreading it. If you're proofreading what I'm doing, then you're not really paying attention to the video, and you're not really leaving a productive comment if you're trying to just correct me all the time. That's not fun for me, and that's probably a time waster for you too. Just a couple of things to keep in mind when we're leaving comments on my videos. Like I said, I am super appreciative and super grateful for all of you who are watching my videos and all of you who leave comments on my videos. I would also like to address the topic of me talking really quickly in my videos. I know that for a lot of you who speak English as a second language, it seems like I speak really, really fast. I am a fairly normal native English speaker, and the velocity at which I speak English is fairly normal. However, I have been making a concerted effort to speak a little bit more slowly and a little bit more deliberately in my latest videos. But if that is still too fast for you, YouTube has an option to slow down videos. You just have to click down in the settings on the video and click on the speed, and you can choose whether you want the video to be faster or slower or normal speed. That is the easiest solution for everybody so that we don't have to be commenting all the time about how fast I talk. I'm sorry, I just talk the way I talk. I'm also so excited to announce that the channel has surpassed 5,000 subscribers. So by the time you see this video, I will be in the process of launching my Patreon. When that is live, I will have a separate video for it with all of the details about it, but I just want you guys to know that I'm doing this as a way to give back to you guys and show my appreciation for everybody who has subscribed to my videos and has kept watching them all this time. So that's all I've got for my May update and channel housekeeping this time. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, if you learned something or otherwise found it interesting, leave me a thumbs up down below. You might think about subscribing to my channel if you're not already. I make videos about food, culture, and the Portuguese language that you can find in playlists on my channel or in the eye above, and I will see you next time.